Did you know the four characters in The Wizard of Oz and The Wiz had one goal in mind: to be heard, to have their wish granted? Our next guest says there's a similar goal in the quest for assertiveness, and watching these movies can actually help you become more assertive. We're talking about Dolores Jones, our Kansas City comeback coach and bounce back better expert, who's here to explain how The Wizard of Oz can be applied to our own lives. So Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion.
Yes.
What can we learn from these characters?
Well, they're just like us. For one, they
Right.
represent various personalities that we have. They also represent the challenges that we have when it comes to being assertive, wanting to speak up, knowing what it is that you really want. And then they had a concern, worry.
Right.
You know, so oftentimes when you're asked to be assertive and ask for what you want to feel comfortable, but you worry about rejection and trying to anticipate what someone's going to say. You're going to try to predict it. But what we found is research shows that 85% of what you habitually worry about, it never happens. It
Right.
absolutely never happens. So you need to keep this in mind when it comes to asking for what you want, wanting to be heard, sharing your ideas. Chances are it's not going to happen.
A big worry is rejection, and another
Yes.
big worry that people all seem to have, I mean most people, is that the worry that they'll make someone else uncomfortable by
Right.
asking for what they want. You know,
Right.
God forbid we make someone else uncomfortable by saying what we want or what we feel. So how do you get over that?
Well, here are some lessons that we can take from The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz, two of my favorite movies. One, know what it is you're going to ask for, and oftentimes understand that people are experiencing the same thing. They are experiencing the same thing. So try to associate with people that talk assertively and spend time with someone that can help you role model that. I often say, write down what your thoughts are going to be when you go into one of these meetings. The other thing I want you to think about is oftentimes you fear having to respond to a question. So I'll give you this. Instead of saying, I don't know, because you are competent and you are capable, like the Lion and Dorothy and all of those, I want you to practice saying, please give me a moment.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Please give me a moment. Thank you. The other thing is to also practice asking for small things. It can be simple as ordering your food. May I please have this, instead of having someone order for you, because we do have those parents that, you know, do it all for our kids thinking we're
Right.
saving them, but in the end we're not. We're just
Right.
not, you know.
And asking for, if you're at a restaurant on a date and someone brings you your food and you'd really like a side of something,
Yes.
to just go ahead and ask for the side and don't worry
Ask
about
for the
being
side. Don't worry
high
about it. If your
maintenance.
food isn't even good, don't worry about it. The other big thing from this movie is there are no big shots. There simply are no big shots. Your boss, your coworkers, all of these people, you want to respect them, but they are all just like us. Remember when they pulled back the curtain
Yeah.
or the mask? They found out that the Wiz or the Wizard was simply a person with frailties and fears. So there are really no big shots. You imagine those. And remember
Right.
when Dorothy spoke up, most people say, I don't want to come across as a bully. She wasn't a bully. She was bold, and she knew that everyone deserved the same type of respect
Right.
and the same type of concern. So remember that assertiveness is really about asking, where aggression is about taking.
Right.
So when you ask, be considerate, be polite, and continue to follow the yellow brick road. I want you to watch this as an assignment.
Okay.
Watch both of those. I love Michael Jackson and Diana Ross as Dorothy. And also we know Judy Garland, who played Dorothy, but all cool music. But I want you to pay attention specifically with how they handle asking for what they want. And you'll find that you already have what it takes. You just may need some support along the way. And
All
that's
right.
why I'm here, right?
Yeah, that's
All
why we have
right.
Dolores
So, yeah.
Jones, comeback
So-
coach, every Monday. Thank you, Dolores.
My pleasure.
Like
Always,
always, it's
always.
enlightening. And if you have questions for Dolores, hit us up on our Better Kansas City Facebook page, and you might see your question asked to
Yes,
Dolores
coming
in our next
up.
segment.
Yes.